Hey guys. All right, so I just wanted to pop in. We're in the Christmas octave. Things are kind of, I don't know for you, but they're kind of winding down for me in a really beautiful way. I actually love this time of year. The hustle and bustle, like Advent and Christmas Day have ended, and we're not quite in the Gregorian New Year yet. Of course, we're in the Catholic New Year, but and so there's this kind of this lull, and we're not doing homeschool. Most of us are taking a break, and it's this beautiful time of year to kind of think about our past and our future while also making sure we live in the present. I hope you're enjoying the Christmas decorations still, and the Christmas music, the Christmas movies. I hope you are indulging a bit with cookies and chocolates and just really allowing yourself to sit in the Christmas octave at the very least, if not for the 12 days of Christmas. And of course, the Christmas season that we know extends till February 2nd, which is when we celebrate Candlemas, or the presentation of our Lord in the temple. Um, so today I wanted to just spend some time with you kind of talking about some things that have been impacting me lately, and also just some reminders and some thoughts about 2025 and where I hope the Lord is leading me, but also kind of where I'm going to sit with Him and walk more day by day rather than try to plan all of 2025. So before we get too far into this, make sure that if you haven't already, that you subscribe and you like this video so it gets out to more people. Also, um, I do have a private Facebook channel. I am filming just for a minute. Okay. I do have a private I do have a private Facebook channel, not channel. I have a private Facebook page. So if you are a Catholic mom or Catholic wife and you want to have more contact with me, if you want to kind of be the first one to know when things are happening, if you want to ask a question or engage with me and other women, like that's where it is. I eventually do want to create a community again, but you guys, a circle subscription costs $600. So if you want to help me crowdfund that, we can do it. You can buy me a coffee and you can help crowdfund Circle, but until I raise $600, I can't move over into one of those communities, even though I really, really would love to do that. So that's what my future, maybe what if, depending on if this community kind of grows, and that's where we're all feeling led to. Okay, so first thing first, last month or this month, we had a live Zoom and it was so fun. So I want to do that monthly now. And I think we're going to keep the same time and the same date relative. So it's going to be like the third Wednesday of the month at 1 p.m. Central Time. And I will send reminders, and it'll I don't know if it'll be the same Zoom link every time. I'll still figure that out. But that way you can kind of put it on your calendar and you can pre-plan, say, oh, Laura's doing her Zoom. And we talked about life. We talked about the skills. We talked about mindset work. We talked about, at that point we were talking about Advent and how things were going. And the feedback I got from the ladies that joined was that it just gave them a sense of feeling like they weren't alone, that they felt some encouragement from just the community of ladies that showed up, and we were on camera together, and it was really nice. So that's going to be happening January, like the middle of January, on a Wednesday at 1 o'clock Central. So if you're interested in that, then keep your eyes out, or you can join, like I said, my private Facebook page, and then you'll have all the information in there. What else was I going to talk about? I wrote down calendar. I think what I was going to say is that I'm toying with the idea of being more thoughtful about my video content and what I'm putting out. I want to put out a video every month about marriage. I want to put out a video every month about the books I'm reading, like my spiritual reading. And then the week that we do the Zoom call, I'm not going to plan on a video. And then I definitely want to do a homeschool video every month. So if you have any other topics you want me to cover, I might do a miscellaneous or health one. So if you guys have thoughts on that, definitely put those down below. This is a very casual video. Okay, now I want to talk about the things I've been kind of binging on and getting into in the last few weeks, because that's how my brain works. I told you guys I probably have ADHD and all the things, and so my brain gets really excited about stuff, and goes down rabbit holes. And so the rabbit holes that I'm going down right now, there's two, and then I'm going to talk about a couple other things. The first one is Catholic Mom Com. Sterling Jaquith and others are behind the scenes at Catholic Mom Com. You guys have heard about Sterling Jaquith for a long time. She used to have a podcast, Coffee and Pearls. She wrote the Minimalism Guide for Catholics, Not of This World. She did Made for Greatness, and now she kind of moved that into more of a business side. And then there's Catholic Mom Com, and it's actually a community. And she also puts out like programs you can buy, like courses you can buy, or you can like pay for the community and get access to everything. So what's interesting is she came out with a Year of Calm. It was $29. I think I talked about it a little bit. I signed up for that. And then I found out that she was running an Advent one that actually let you into her community. Because right now it's like locked. You can't become a member. And I really wanted access to all the things. I wanted her coaching, and she has coaching calls in there. She has training videos, like courses in there. There's a Slack group. And so I ended up signing up for the Advent one as well so that I could get access to all of this stuff. And it's been amazing. Listening to previous coaching calls has been life-changing. It's like 100% mindset stuff, and it's all for Catholic moms. But I will say this one thing. They don't talk about the empowered wife skills, at least not yet. I do pray that Sterling and the other ladies find the empowered wife and really learn how to utilize those skills in their marriage. But I didn't see anything explicit about the empowered wife. So I'm going to say, like, I found that I still need Coach Carol. I still need empowered wife. I still need that community, because you guys know, besides your community, your commitment to God and your relationship with God and relationship with yourself, like marriage is right up there. It's before being a mother. So we got to make sure we keep our priorities in their proper hierarchy. And marriage is always going to be the thing that needs to be focused on first and foremost, because there's always a trickle down effect. If your marriage is strong, if your marriage is good, then it'll trickle down into your children, even if you still feel like you're struggling. But what Sterling has given me is that just tons of mindset work and thoughts around motherhood. And there's just, again, it's called Catholic Mom Calm. So like she was talking about how she never yells at her kids. And she's like, it used to not be that way, but I never yell at my kids. That's what she said. And she says because she talks to her brain like, okay, brain, we're feeling a little bit unsafe, but we're safe. Their kids are just being kids. And like, she's able to just coach herself. She says she's been doing this for 4 years, and she just can coach herself now into staying in a place of calm, so like self-regulation, and then she can feel peaceful, right? So we have to be calm in terms of like, when someone says calm down, what does that mean? It means regulate yourself. And then you can become peaceful after that, right? You can feel peace. So when you feel peace, how do you show up? And what's the end result? And what do you have to think, right? But you have to be calm. That's why in her book, Catholic Mom Calm, the first step is to calm down, to get regulated. And I think it's time for me to reread that book again. So those are two huge parts of what I'm doing right now, is like really digging into, I think this is my year 2025. I want to make it the year I really spend upping my motherhood. Like I spent 2024 really upping my marriage, and I'm in such a good place now. It's amazing. And as long as I continue to foster that, then I can get to this place where my motherhood gets like leveled up in terms of my regulation. And then the other thing I'm binging on right now is Notion. So raise your hand, put it down below if you are a Notion user. I have tried Notion in the past, and my brain got overwhelmed, and I was like, I can't figure it out. First of all, I think it's a lot easier on a computer, like on a web browser, to work with Notion, but it also took me really choosing to train myself to like watch the tutorials and to really understand how it works. And then if you want to make it pretty, there's a bunch of videos and information on how to do that as well. But right now what I'm doing is I'm using it as, my friend said, it's kind of like a digital bullet journal. It's all the things. So I used to use Trello, but Trello is actually pretty limited. And so this is like just bursts open the possibilities. I am really excited because I'm going to actually give this is in my future self, I'm going to give my children like I'm going to have shared pages, and they're going to have their assignments written in, and it's easier for me to go digital. I love paper and pen, but I end up losing things all over the house. I don't know where they are, and then I get frustrated. And when it's all online or all on my phone, and since Notion syncs with, the Notion app on your phone, then it's just all there all the time, and it's like a second brain, and it's amazing. So let me know if you're a Notion user. I can totally do like a future video on, like, it's not pretty right now, but about just kind of the things I put in Notion and why. And then it's almost the new year, and a lot of you are going to say, I want to get healthy in 2025. And I know a lot of you are nursing or pregnant, and so this doesn't apply to you. But if you're not nursing and pregnant and you want to get like healthier in 2025, I just wanted to say, like, I have never regretted fasting. I have never regretted fasting consistently. It doesn't mean I'm always pulling an 18 or 20 hour fast. Some days are only a 14 or 15 hour fast. But the days where I have a smaller eating window, from like, let's say like a 4 or 5 hour eating window, I just feel the best. And sometimes I have to say, okay, I'm in my luteal phase. A 4 or 5 hour window is not going to be long enough for me to get like the nutrients I need, or maybe I'm not sleeping very well if I stop my eating window at 5 or close my eating window at 5. Like, I'm not sleeping well those nights. So kind of, it definitely takes you treating yourself as an experiment, and looking at it as a scientist would. But I know I have had so much like healing, and maintaining my weight has been just easy. And so now, like, I'm looking at fitness in a really different way, and more in a way of like, how does my personal body like to move? My personal body likes to move more like a ballerina or a Pilates instructor. I used to love yoga. We don't do yoga anymore. You guys know that. But it loves that kind of elongating movements. Those like really, like, ballet is really hard. But it's like a good hard. Some people find that good hard in running. Some people find that good hard in doing like heavy, heavy weights, or swimming, or other. I love swimming too. But you just need to find your good hard and make that your fitness. Because I think instead of thinking we need to fit into a box, and this is probably a whole different video, but I just had this epiphany the other day. It's like, rather than thinking I want to be a fit person and this is what fit people do, rather take it to prayer and ask God, like, God, how did you make my body to move? And then find the tools that help you move your body in that way. So rather than saying I want to be like a Pilates person, or I want to be a ballerina, or I want to be a gym rat, or I want to be a runner, like, ask yourself, like, sorry, gym rat is not a nice phrase at all. I'm sorry, I just threw that out there. But I want to be someone who goes to the gym, like, I want to be a buff, like, but rather than thinking I want this and this is how I'm going to get the results, like, take it to God and be like, God, where do I find joy when I move my body? Where does the hard feel grace filled? So like for me, I was doing tendus the other day, and it was like, these are hard. Like, this is challenging my body, or glisses. But it was a good hard. It was like, yes, I love this. And I'm not because I'm trying to be a ballerina. Like, I don't need to identify as a ballerina. But like, the movements were exactly what my body was like, yes, do more of this. So looking into 2025, I want to encourage you, one, think about fasting. I have so many resources. I have videos on my other channel about it. Just message me down below or email me. And then the other side of it would be, how does my body want to move? Like, I'm not going to ever try to be a runner. My body hates that. Part of me is like, oh, it'd be nice because I know I'd feel more energetic with my children if I had more like fast twitch muscles. And yet, like, I can probably run around with them just fine without having to like log a bunch of hours. But part of me was like, oh, I want to be a runner. So, but why? Why does that thought come up? Well, because runners, like, I don't know, have a great hobby they can do anywhere. Okay, well, why? And then, just kind of keep challenging yourself. It's so interesting. Our brains are so, so interesting. So those are my thoughts for today. Let me know down below again, like, if you have any questions, or if you use Notion, or kind of what you're, I'm always open to hear what you guys are kind of like binging on, if your brain works like mine and you kind of like hone in on something. If you have any like Notion tips or videos, like definitely link them below, because I am just all about that right now. It is making my brain very happy. And or if you're a member of Catholic Mom Calm, like part of the community, let me know so I can look for you in the chats. I still haven't gotten into Slack yet. I need to figure out how to do that. All right, guys. And again, if this brought you value, feel free to buy me a coffee. It just is an easy way for you to support this channel monetarily. Every little bit helps. And it just, like I said, if we can get to the enough money like saved up to where I can, and part of me is like, should I just put ads on? But I don't want to. So we're going to just try. We're going to try this because I'm going to pray about this. Like, we're going to take it one day at a time. Oh gosh, I didn't even get into that. That's a whole other day. Maybe we'll talk about that next week about kind of like what Sterling says about goal setting and how it's more about praying and planning and not really about goal setting, right? Because we want to be ever present with the Holy Spirit. And this is why I never get really close-fisted about a book I'm reading, and I allow myself to stop whenever the Holy Spirit leads me to a different book. Right now I'm reading Ladder of Divine Ascent, which is pretty amazing. So, all right, you guys. Pax Christi, I love you. I will talk to you soon. Merry Christmas. Happy Gregorian New Year coming up. And I just pray this time of year is finding you like, just taking a deep breath. Go watch a movie. I've been binging all the great, Great American Family Christmas movies. Love them. And yeah. And if you have a favorite movie from that, like, that Hallmark movie genre, let me know. But I don't usually watch the Hallmark movies. I watch the Great American Family ones. Okay. Pax Christi, guys. Bye.